I'll be 44 in about a week and some change. So I feel like I can teach some ladies my age how to floss a little bit, just a little bit, you know, give them a little something to look at. Okay, yeah, and just keep it cute at 40 and above. I'm not a makeup artist, I'm a makeup enthusiast. I say a lot. I have bipolar disorder. I am a former church girl. Let's see. I am gainfully employed with the federal government. I would love to have real discourse about things that I think are important, and to try to find some village of my own out here in the internets. There are some subjects that I've done videos about here in the past, and I took those down for one reason or another. Nothing serious, but I do want to get into some subjects a little more, with a little more depth and attention to detail. So that's come. I want to talk about love and sex and dealing with being over the hill. Although you wouldn't know what to look at me, because I don't look like this. No, I'm just kidding. Yeah, and I want to be able to see if I can make friends. I have done some things in the past that are not the best things. I might feature a story time or something where I go ahead and spill the tea, as it said. It all depends on how I'm feeling. And I'm very happy. I'm happy today. I feel good right now. I can't talk about the future. I don't know. I know that I feel good at this very moment. My hair is cute. I like my makeup. I'm not hungry. So I plan to come back and talk more about makeup and things that concern me. And I love wigs. This is a wig, of course. But I love wigs. Love wigs, you know? Love wigs. I love wigs. So you don't have to get used to that. If you're gonna be on this channel, I will come back and speak as often as I can. Maybe even give some encouragement to people who are feeling down. I'll tell you one thing, I've been thinking since I heard about Tamar Braxton. I don't know that the story is true or not. They're saying, or it's been said, that she attempted suicide, and that's why she's in hospital. And it just gives life perspective, you know? I feel like anybody could feel bad enough one day to consider leaving, you know? And sometimes you can have everything and still feel like it's just not worth it. You might be going through some extra stuff or kind of pressed, and it doesn't seem worth it. But the good, and sometimes the good does not outweigh the bad. Sometimes the bad is mean and ugly and gruesome and just as horrible, and makes the good look puny and not worth it. But it's worth it to hang on. I can't say that good times will always be your portion, because that just wouldn't be true. But if you hang on long enough, it'll change. It will change. Sometimes, and it's just me being honest, sometimes it does not change for the better. Sometimes it just changes. And you have to observe it and see if you can find some good in it. And sometimes you're not able. But the good always comes around, because good is just one of those things that happens to everybody. Even the worst people have good times. So good will find you. It will. And I've felt disconnected from life, and I don't know that I felt suicidal, but contemplating my own death is something that I've done more than once. You really, really can never, you won't get a chance to start again if you end it all. And that's not to shoot anybody in the foot that feels that way, because I get it. I don't feel like people who are feeling suicidal should be talked out of it. You know what I'm saying? I feel like as much as you can, you should try to understand it before you judge it. You know, it takes some time and it takes a different point of view to get there. So it's only fair that you learn to understand people where they are. I don't know Tamar personally, and I probably will never know her personally, but I can certainly say I've felt bad enough to consider ending it. And you don't get to do it over once it's done. It's done. You know. Sometimes that's not enough of an answer to keep you from giving up. But just don't give up. Just don't give up today. If you can't think of any other days in the week that are looking promising, or times in the future where you'll get a good belly laugh, or flowers, or a day trip to someplace fun, just don't give up today. Just don't give up today. Today might turn itself on your head and you'll find something hilarious on your way to bed, and it'll be all it took just to stop yourself from laughing. Sometimes life is that way. Sometimes it's just awful and just nothing to look forward to. You know, day after day, same old doldrums. You start to wonder if your friends are really your friends, because it doesn't seem like they really are. All kinds of stuff will cross your mind when you feel bad. But just hold on a little longer. It gets better. It does. I didn't come on here to say that. I was just thought about her and thought about it's amazing how you can, because she lives well. She has, I'm sure a beautiful home somewhere where nobody know how to get to it. And I don't know if the story is true, and I'm speaking based on what I heard. It's possible to have everything in the world and lose your soul. Like, it's possible to have all your bills paid and a nice man in the house, if that's what you want. You want a woman, whatever, nice somebody in the house to tighten you up and make your toes curl and all that. That's real nice. But sometimes it ain't enough. Sometimes hearing I love you is not enough. Sometimes the words I love you aren't enough. And I'm here to say that I know what that's felt like. And sometimes it doesn't help when people try to diminish how you feel. I've had conversations with friends about, because I have bouts with depression. And I wouldn't say that my experience with it is like anybody else's. I read some books. And it's just different. And sometimes you can have conversations with people and try to express how you feel, and they feel annoyed by your, not existence, but annoyed by the fact that you're bothered about whatever you're bothered about. Like, sometimes it doesn't even have to be anything special. You could just wake up one day on the wrong side of the bat cave and just come out foul. And people don't get that. So they want you to explain it, and then once you explain it, they still don't get it. And then if you're saved, then they throw the Jesus at you and want you to catch that. You know what I'm saying? And I've had years of that. And it didn't really help. I know that's gonna bother somebody, but that wasn't always the answer. Sometimes I just needed to be left alone. Sometimes I needed to sulk and just stew in my own juices for as long as I need to stew. I've noticed that with my my bipolar, I just call it my bipolar because it just makes sense. It doesn't, it's not extreme. It's middling. It's kind of a little bit of this, a little bit of that. I never feel so worn out that I just hate everything and want everybody to die. I never feel like that. And I'm really honestly still exploring it, because I got diagnosed about, I got diagnosed in 2006. I think it was 2006. That was a long time ago. And I wasn't treating. I haven't treated. I've only recently been treating for it. So, because I just didn't think I had it. I knew of some people who did have it, and their experience with it wasn't like mine. So I figured I don't have that, and a couple of other things happened, and I started to notice that I had certain behaviors and certain things I would do and still do, that I just felt compulsions to do, and it wasn't something I could really control. So, I went back to the doctor and got things checked out and found out where I was with everything. And since I've been medicated, it's been better. It hasn't been the best, but it's been something. I'm not feeling like I was feeling. I do feel good today, but it's just something that you have to track. And I'm a firm believer in those daily mood apps, where you can write down how you feel each day. You feel, sometimes I forget, or a diary or something like that, because it helps. Sometimes it just helps to just not be thinking about how you feel. Sometimes it just helps to just say, I feel like blah, blah, blah. I've noticed sometimes I'll just, if I feel shitty one day, I'll just wake up and just be like, today I feel shitty. And sometimes just getting it out of my mouth. And I'm like, well, I wouldn't say shitty. It just gives me a moment to think and process how I feel and why I feel that way, or what got me there. So, and you learn, you live and you learn. I'm on the porch. I was wondering where I parked my car. So yeah, I think that's all I want to say. I'm gonna come back because I'm gonna have some time off next week, so I'll be back to do more videos, and I'm looking forward to that. I'm looking forward to introducing myself, and I'm sure in the future, should this take off and become wildly successful, I have some trolls out there to go ahead and talk about my business. You can do that. Come for me. It's fine. Is that it? Yeah, I think that's it. I maybe should start taking notes. Maybe write down the things I want to mention when I'm on camera. I think that will make life a little easier for me. And another thing is to just remember to look into the little dot up there instead of looking at my face, because that's just like force of habit. But we'll get that together eventually. I like this wig though. This wig is so cute. Look at those edges, girl. Oh, they're sitting. Honey, those edges are sitting. They're laid, sis. They're laid. Yeah, this wig is mad cute. I got this from, I need to look again. I think I got it from Hot Beauty Hair. I need to make sure it came from Hot Beauty Hair. But I love this wig. And they make my sister so jealous. Look at it. Girl. Ugh. So cute. Just that swoop over the eye so you can't see my eye. You don't get my whole face. That's what's up with this wig, girl. Cute. Look at it. Just look at it. Look at it. That little floose is sending me. Oh, I don't even know how to curl that. That's why I ain't really curl it. I just kind of wrapped it a little bit. But yeah, girl, it's cute.